Hey, what's up guys, it's Abomination, and I'm back with yet another Aquabats album tier list. In the last video, we looked at Myths and Legends and Other Adventures, Volume 2, and wasn't very good, in my opinion. It's a pretty mid-album. But now we're going to be looking at the album that came out after this. We're looking at Charge. This album came out in 2005, released by the Aquabats. And I was pleasantly surprised by this album. Thought before I gave it a full listen, I didn't think it was actually all that good. But then you'll see. Let's just get into this tier list. I'm not ranking Now Stand Back for Your Own Safety. It's not a song. Now, the first real song on the album Charge is Fashion Zombies. Now, this is an instant classic. One of the most well-known, most iconic, most loved Aquabat songs of all time, Fashion Zombies, and has one of the best music videos of all time. The Aquabats, they get killed by zombies. It's just an all-around amazing song, very catchy, good storytelling, and if you've watched any of my other videos about the Aquabats, you know I love the storytelling songs. They're instant classics, so that gives it a lot of points. And the riffs and everything else, it all comes together really, really well. We're starting the list off strong with an S tier. Next up, we have Stuck in a Movie. This song, it's another great song by the Aquabats. Not as iconic as Fashion Zombies, but still pretty iconic. The storytelling, almost as great as Fashion Zombies. The guitar riffs, all the other instrumentals, the vocals, everything else comes together really well. Just not to the same level as Fashion Zombies. This is basically Fashion Zombies in every aspect except just not quite. But it is still a great song. So I'm giving it that. This one, it's going firmly in A. Following that, we have Tiger Rider versus the Time Sprinkler. This song is pretty good as well. Not quite on the quality of Fashion Zombies and Stuck in a Movie, but still, I thought it was pretty good. Overall, it had some pretty big shoes to fill with coming right after Fashion Zombies and Stuck in a Movie. So, even with this, you can't expect it to be perfect. It's not perfect by any means, though it's not terrible either. I don't know what they are. They at least sound like bagpipes at the beginning. It's kind of an interesting touch. Overall, still pretty good. I'm going to have to give it B tier. Alright, next up, Nerd Alert. This song, I really like this song. Just a personal preference. Some people might think the song isn't as good as some of the other ones. I personally think it's a good song. Nerd Alert, the storytelling is there, kind of. Not as much as some of the other songs, but I still like it. The synth, like the synth board, all that, is just, they went way overboard with the synths. Pretty unique for an Aquabat song, especially in this album. There's a lot of just guitars and guitar riffs in general, so stands out a little bit in this album. So, and I think it's pretty good overall. I'm gonna give this song, it's gonna go an A. Now we've got Plastic Lips. This song is kind of generic. It's just an average Aquabat song, coming especially right after Nerd Alert, which is a very different song. It branches out, tries to do its own thing. This, it feels like just a status quo song that just does exactly what it's supposed to. Kind of underwhelmed, but since it was being safe, it couldn't be bad. So this one, it's going in B tier. Plastic Lips, B tier. Look at Me, I'm a Winner. This song, it's a really good song. Just like some of the other songs that followed. It's good vocals, good instrumentals, good guitar riffs, good storytelling, kind of. Good just all around. And it's somewhat iconic. Not as iconic, of course, as stuff like Fashion Zombies. That one, it's a household classic. You have the song framed in your house. Even though it's a song, you can't frame a song. The You get what I'm trying to say. Look at me, I'm a winner. Not as iconic, but still just an underrated gem. This one is going an A for A winner. Summer Nights Won't Last Forever. Now, some of you are going to want to kill me over this, but it's going in S tier. This song, the storytelling is just unmatched, except of course by Fashion Zombies, the household staple that everybody in the Aquabats fan base has heard a million times. Still, Fashion Zombies is great. It's in S tier for a reason. Hot Summer Nights Won't Last Forever. One of the most underrated songs on this album, if not any Aquabat song, in my opinion at least. Storytelling, unmatched. The vocals by the Commander are just amazing. First time I ever listened to this song, I said, wow. And yeah, this song, it's S tier. I don't care. Fight me on that. I'll wait. Now that we've gotten out of that controversial pick, now we get to the next song, Meltdown. This one is also a really good song, so I'm probably going to get less death threats for where I put this song on my list. Meltdown, great overall. Storytelling, not really there, but it's not meant to be there with this song. The vocals are just also really good. Doesn't sound like generic, it tries to do its own thing somewhat. The guitar's really good as well. This song, just getting quick to the point, it's going an A. From front to back so far from this album, it has been nothing but peak, 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 peak. Now we have a little bit of a nosedive. We're going down a little. We're going down in quality starting now, but hopefully we'll end up going back up. We'll see. This song, it's really generic. It's just another status quota Aquabat song. It's got to sound like this, so we can. It's what it's supposed to sound like. It's not gonna try anything special. We gotta have a certain amount of songs. We gotta fill in the blanks with something. We'll just make this. It's pretty boring, not very interesting. Doesn't do much. Kind of like my commentary right here. So just move on. Put it in C tier. Before I give myself an existential nightmare. Anyway, now we get to Demolition Rickshaw. This song, it's another somewhat generic song. It kind of got my hopes up at the beginning. Felt like it was going to be the empowering, like, upbeat, great Aquabat song. But it ended up not being that. It was a little underwhelming, but not offensive in any way. But vocals, instrumentals, they make the bar. They get their status quota. We do it a little better, especially since it has to follow Mechanical Ape. I'm giving it a couple points up. So this song is gonna go in B tier. Let's move on. Now we are at the tail end of Charge. We are at the next song, Water Slides. This song is pretty underwhelming. I was not very intrigued with this song. Not a bad song by any means, just like the other songs, just a status quo to pad out the runtime of the album, get it to that quota mark. The album has to be this long, have to have this many songs. Felt like just another one of those. I'm putting it in C tier with Mechanical Ape. Fight me on that. I don't care. Now, we're at the last song of the album. The very end. They always save the best songs for last on their albums. Most of the time. So, what is the last song in the album? You probably know it. I know it, because I'm making the review and I have the list in front of me. It's Awesome Forces. Now, there is a lot I could say about this song, why it's so good, why it's whatever. I think I'm going to let my live reaction and me listening to it serve as my reasoning for this song being where I'm going to put it. Holy sh**. So yeah, it's going an S. And I think that's a pretty well-rounded list overall for Charge. So, with nothing else to say, Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.